Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jane. I'm your host here at Procrasti-Knitter podcast, and yeah, welcome back if you are returning and welcome if you're new. So if you're new here, this is my knitting podcast where I talk about stuff that I've been knitting and things related to knitting. So yeah, today is a acquisitions heavy episode, so hopefully you won't mind. But I have lots of updates and things. Today is the 4th of September and I just got back from visiting William, my boyfriend, who's starting grad school in Philly. So I went to a couple of yarn shops there, and I also got some yarn from his mom, and we got some yarn from the thrift store. And then I ordered some yarn. I ordered some yarn before I left that has since arrived. So I'm gonna unbox it with you as well. So there's a lot of new yarn, and there's also a lot of progress that's been made on stuff I've already shared. So yeah. Okay, hold on. So I think the first finished object I have to show is something I showed last week already, but I since blocked it, and it's grown beautifully, perfectly, in fact. So the sleeves, which kind of stopped around here last time, are a little bit longer now, and yeah, I just think everything fits a lot better. It's just a lot more relaxed. So yeah, I definitely recommend blocking your knits. But I added buttons. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, it's super duper cute. It's been like folded weird because I finished blocking this right as I left, and I think it's just got some crinkles from being like draped in my rocking chair over there. But it, yeah, is really beautiful. I love how transformed it's been by the block. I would definitely knit this pattern again. It was a really nice and easy knit. I don't know if I would go with this mohair again. Yeah, I don't know if that's super necessary. But it was a nice project. It was good. I like how it looks, but to be honest, this is not the best feeling mohair in the world. So yeah, the buttons are these like hearts, and they kind of have engravings on them. They're really nice. I got them at a local craft store. I think they're mainly a fabric store, but I saw people knitting, I think, or I think they were felting, actually, like a needle felting there. But anywho, this is done, and I had enough yarn, and you know, you heard the story from last episode. It was a good project, so I'm glad to have this. So then, another old finished object that is now finished is this cardigan from Wool and the Gang. So I've added these buttons. I only added 2 because I don't know if I'd even wear this with buttons, really. So I only added 2 because I feel like if I were to button this cardigan, that's where it would be. But this is a huge, oversized cardigan pattern, cabled, and it was a very fun knit. But yeah, so that's that. But I quite like the look of those buttons on this fabric, so I thought I'd show you. Yeah, I guess those are the 2 like completely finished, washed. Well, I guess I didn't block or wash the pink one, but buttons and everything. So that is that chapter of finished objects. And then I also have some socks that I have finished. I washed and blocked, oh, they're up there. I washed and blocked the checkerboard socks. So let me get that. Yeah, I don't remember if these had been blocked last episode, but here they are. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. Again, I did these with a fade set from Miss Babs, and I have lots of yarn left over, so lots more to come, but these were really fun to make. And then finished objects next. Sorry, I have like so many bags on the ground right now. But then we have this, which is my, as I said, I just got back from visiting my boyfriend in Philly. I was there for 2 weeks on the East Coast, and yeah, I brought some stuff to work on, and I feel like I made quite a bit of progress, which is always nice. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think before the trip I had finished one of these socks, and on the trip pretty early on I finished the other. So this is a pair of toe-up socks. They're my first toe-up socks, heel flap and gusset as usual, but this is usually the heel, or this is usually the back of the heel, and now it's the bottom of the heel. But it's fine. And then I did a sewn bind off. That's what it's called. Yeah, I really like the look of them. I don't think I'd do toe up socks again, because I just think cuff down is easier for me to get a grasp on. Sorry, I'm super sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Anyways. But I think last time I was like, I don't know why you would do a toe-up sock. It doesn't seem like there's very many benefits. But then, like, as I was editing that video, I realized that one really good use of toe-up socks is when you don't know when you're going to run out of yarn. And if you knit them toe-up, you can kind of knit too when your yarn ends or something like that. But I guess if you're doing socks, you kind of have to divide them in half, right? So I don't know, but these are my first toe-up socks. This is leftover Knit Picks Stroll Tonal, the yellow. And this is Malabrigo sock. Ursula, I think is the colorway, but it's really beautiful. I have quite a bit left, so yeah. It's awesome. I love the way these look. Yeah. Okay, so that's my first finished object, and then my second, this is a half finished object, is something that I was working on today actually. And that is the first sock in this stripy sock. This is my first stripy sock where I'm striping the things myself instead of self-striping, and I think it worked out pretty well. Oh, the thing I wanted to say about, yes, and then I also wanted to say something about these. In this sock, I tried a new method that I'd never tried before. So it's a contrasting heel flap and gusset versus the body, right? And I'll link the tutorial below if anyone is interested, but usually when you go from your main color to your contrast color, if you just go in the regular heel flap, slip stitch heel flap pattern, you'll kind of pull the main color up into the heel flap because of these slip stitches. So to avoid that, some people just do a plain row of the contrast color, so that when in the next row, when it gets pulled up, it pulls up the contrast color anyways. But then I saw this tutorial where what you do, I'll explain it, I'll put the video down because it's so much more clear, but basically when you're knitting a sock, let's say this is the front part of the sock and this is the back half of the sock. Usually to do a heel flap and gusset, you knit across all the front stitches, then you start your heel flap and gusset in the back, and then you work back and forth. What this tutorial was showing us how to do was you knit, yes, you knit across your front stitches in your main color, and you also start the heel flap pattern in the back with your main color, and then you start your contrasting color and purl the row, and then you start working back and forth in the contrasting color in the back. And what that does is killing two birds in one stone, because one, you're not pulling up two colors into each other, like that purl row is a clear line between the contrast and the main color, and because you added the contrasting color over here, eventually when you're joining things, you don't have to cut yarn, I think. Like, usually here you cut off your yarn and then you do your contrasting color, but instead of that, since you carry it over here, when you pick up your stitches, you'll be picking it up from this point. Is that right? Or something like that. I will link it because it was pretty like and I did that on this sock too. So yeah. I don't know how clear it is. It's just good methods worked well for me, so yeah. The problem with this though, with self-striping, I think there is a way to get rid of what I did, but I didn't want to put in the brain power for it. But basically in a quarter of the stitches here, I knit this color 3 times in order to bring the beginning around back to the side of the sock instead of the back of the sock, which is where it is in the pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. Okay, I'm gonna take a water break. This is coconut water. I'm losing it. Okay. Alright, so anyways, overall I really liked the way that this turned out. And it's a really comfortable fit as well. And I obviously didn't do this on purpose, but I kind of like how it has that that drastic color change here and here as well. So I thought that was kind of cool. So then for the next socks, I'm working on right now, and I'm at the toe decreases. I basically did the opposite of this. So if you're familiar with share a pair, I basically did share a pair with myself. Because usually for share a pair, what you do is you split 2 100-gram skeins of fingering weight yarn in half, and then you get one and your friend gets the other, and then you each technically have 100 grams of yarn. And or do they do it like this for share a pair? I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, stripy yarns, I'm doing stripy yarns, and I just made them the opposite of each other because I think I was working on the toe of this, but then I wanted to cast this on because I wanted to work on this on the bus or something, but I ended up not. Anyways, in my haste to cast this on, I actually cast it on the wrong number of stitches. I cast it on like 72 or something way too big. And I didn't realize that until it was heel flap and gusset time, and I was counting my stitches and I was like, that is not the correct amount. So then I had to rip back, but instead of ripping the whole thing out, because I had spent so much time on it, I ended up just doing a couple of knit 2 together, which is how you get this like bulbous shape, and I only did it in the back of the thing because I figured, you know, like maybe my calf is like that. I don't know, but this is going well. Same, you know, heel cuff toe situation. But yeah, the two yarns I'm using are scrap yarns. It's Cascade yarn, I don't know what, it's heritage prints, and they're actually on sale on webs right now on yarn.com because I think the colors are being discontinued. But I absolutely love this pink color, and I love the fern. This is boysenberry, and there's a green color called fern that I adore as well, and I love how soft the Cascade yarn sock yarn is, and I just would highly recommend it. It kind of not pills, but almost felts, or the fibers get fuzzy pretty quickly, but I kind of like that about them. Yeah, they're really soft. And then the contrasting color is malabrigo sock. I think it's called like Zaramora or something like that, but I really like it. It's like purples, blues, but also greens and dark greens and browns. I just think it's really pretty. I think they go really well together, so that's that. And then I brought some other yarns to knit scrappy socks with, but I didn't get to them, but I'll show it to you anyways. So this is the fern color. Yes, and I was gonna pair that with the purple, the Ursula purple, which I have quite a bit of left of. So I was gonna do scrappy socks with these maybe, and I still have like a tiny bit of the yellow, I think. But yeah, I really like the stripy sock situation we have going on. Okay, so I think those were all my finished objects, and in terms of whips, I will show you this whip. I've made quite a bit of progress since last time we chatted, which is nice. This is the Out of Their League dress by akashayna. Oh my gosh, it's super wrinkly because it hasn't gotten any work since my flight to DC 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm hoping that this stretches. I think I'm on like the waist decreases now. And you know, I'm not sure if the decreasing instructions are not what I would expect from decreases in terms of the way they lean. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah. I've decided I like them. I was gonna switch it, but I decided it's fine. I like them. And yeah. But so what I've done is the front and back panel, and I've joined in the round, which has made it a lot easier to knit on, and now I'm just knitting. This is basically the skirt portion, and I'm knitting up to the body. And I think I don't have enough yarn to finish this project, but I guess we will see. What I have left is this, and this. So I am hopeful that I can finish it, but I realistically don't think I do have enough to finish this dress, in which case I guess I will just have to order more. But yeah, I like the knit so far. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, I think those are all my whips. So I think now we can talk about acquisitions. Okay, so I think I will start with yarn I got at the thrift store. This was a super random find. We went to the thrift store to get some furniture for William's apartment, like a coffee table, and we weren't even expecting to find a good one, but we did, and it's really nice, and it was like $10, and that was fun. Then I saw this in a bag, And I mean, these are in perfect condition, right? And they were in a plastic bag and it's just perfect. And I was like, well, what kind of yarn is it? Because usually it's, you know, craft store acrylic yarn. And I see this is called Woolmate Fingering. So first, it's a fingering weight yarn, which I feel like you can never find at a thrift store. It's perfect. It's not even pre-balled up or anything. It's, you know, in its original form. And it's 100% wool. This is soft, 100% Australian, 26.8 micron wool. I don't know what that means. Mercerized for easy care and a soft hand. 3S twist spun plies ensure well-rounded stitches and superior stitch definition. So I have 3 of these, and they are about 400 meters per ball. This is not a color I would have bought not secondhand, if we are being honest. Oh, and it was under $5 for these 3 balls of 100% wool yarn. So that is literally the biggest deal of my life. Yeah, I usually would not gravitate toward this color, but I had to get it. I felt like I had to get it. And I think they would make a good hat, good gift knitting for people, because I think this is a good color people in general would like. And I honestly think it's a good color on me too. So yeah, we'll see what I do with these, but I have them now. And yeah, I thought they'd be good contrasting color for socks or colorwork socks, or, you know, lots of stuff. So you can never go wrong with fingering weight yarn, in my opinion. So that was that. And then some other yarns I got were some yarns that William's mom was destashing, because she's a knitter, storm_knitter on Instagram. So from her stash I got 2 malabrigo sock yarns. I love these colors. I knit a cowl in colors very, very similar to these, and I don't even know how to explain it, but I love them. I love them. I don't know what I will do with them yet, but I know that I love them. And they're really soft. Malabrigo sock is always so soft and so like good for the price. So they might be socks, they might get turned into a shirt, a sweater if I can pair it with something else, but yeah, I thought these were great skeins and hard to pass up. This is like a blue sea green almost. This is called Jasmine, and this is called Fiona. So yeah, I'm very thankful to have these in my stash. They're beautiful. Okay, so next are yarns I got myself, and that is, okay, first I went to, what is that place called? Yarnphoria, I think, in Center City-ish, Philadelphia. And it was a beautiful yarn shop with a lot of variety of yarn, and I really am impressed by the 2 yarn stores I went to in Philly. Like, I thought they were really nice. It's not great they're very accessible by bus, but like if you're trying to drive there, I would not. Like, I would get dropped off, or I would take the bus or walk if you can. But this place is called Yarnphoria, and from Yarnphoria I got this. So, oh my god, it really reminded me of that pair of socks, which is what drew me in, because yeah, I think it's beautiful. This is Unique Fingering from Earth Yarns, made in Turkey, extra fine superwash merino, and 435 yards, 100 grams. So yeah, I just thought this was really beautiful. It's a self-striping yarn. I thought all their yarn was naturally dyed, but I don't think so. I think they have a naturally dyed yarn line, which have some really, really, really nice colors, but I just can never buy a solid color for myself. I don't know why. So yeah, I went with this one. And something cool that I found out is in Philadelphia, or maybe it's all of Pennsylvania, I don't know, but definitely in Philadelphia, there's not a clothing tax, and yarn is considered under clothing, so yarn is not taxed. So I thought that was neat. Yeah, so first was this. Then I took the bus over to another yarn store called Loop, and that yarn store was super beautiful as well. It was really well lit. Yeah, I feel like Yarnphoria has a more cozy vibe. They have really cool crochet scenes, I guess is the best way to describe it. Like objects, crocheted objects, honestly. That's pretty fun. Yeah, so, but it's like a darker mood, not darker as in like scary or something like that. I just mean cozy, like feels a lot cozier, and dimly lit almost, versus Loop felt very like, not modern necessarily, but airy, light, very clean, minimal aesthetic. So I mean, I loved both, but from Loop I got this. I mean, come on. It's so pretty. It's like, it's prettier in person. It's looking a little muddied in the camera, but it's these purples and soft pinks and like there's some like beigey brown in there. It's really nice. It's by Dye is Cast, hand dyed in Philly. And the color, or this is called the Squish Wish Antique Mystique. Okay, Squish Wish sock. So 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. So yeah, this is so beautiful. Dyed in Philly, which I thought was a nice touch. So I got a Philly yarn, but Loop also dyes their own yarn, which is cool. Yeah, so those are the Philly yarns, or the yarns I got in Philly. One of them dyed in Philly, and the other one not. But yeah, and then my last acquisition from that trip is another gift from William's mom, and it's her fade set. So she got one fade set for her and one for me, and I had the green one. But she was saying that she just doesn't think she can do a fingering weight project, which is fair. I think she's like a bulky, big needles knitter. But yeah, I like the finer as in thinner yarns, and this is right up my alley. So yeah, I don't know what I will do with this fade set, but it's very beautiful purple, deep, cool toned purple. Yeah, I can definitely do like if I pair this with like a base color, I could do a really cool sweater. But you guys, when I stepped off the plane this morning, it was so hot. I flew into Long Beach, which I've never flown into, I've only flown out of. But I flew into Long Beach and it was crazy. You know how like on airplanes you step out into like a little tunnel situation and you tunnel into the airport? Well, at Long Beach, the airplane spits you out into the open air and you walk down a ramp, and it's kind of like a bus station, like the Greyhound station in Philly, if you've ever been. But it's kind of like a bus station. Get off the plane and then you like walk down this long sidewalk by the airport building, and then you go inside. And then the baggage claim was outside as well, which I didn't know. It was so hot. It was so hot. And I sent a Snapchat to William. I was like, it's so hot, ha ha ha, like I'm suffering. And Snapchat has this feature where you can like overlay the temperature of wherever you're at over your picture, and I did that because I knew it would be a high number because it felt really hot. But when I clicked on it, it was 103 degrees. I don't know if I've felt temperatures over 100 degrees in a really long time, because I live in Southern California and it gets hot, but it's like a dry heat. But this was like a humid heat. It was like awful. So yeah, I thought I was just like not used to it because we came from a relatively cool airplane outside, so I was just like, and I was like, is it the engines of the planes that is making it like hotter than it is? But like, no, it is so hot here right now. We are in a heat wave, as I've discovered. It's almost unbearable, or it is unbearable. So anyways, all that to say, thinking about making 100% wool sweaters, or just like, yeah, this is 100% wool. Wool sweaters is like a little, I don't know, I don't even want to think about it right now. But I'm very grateful for the yarn, of course, and I'm excited to make stuff with it. But oh my gosh, wait, I feel like this is cool. Like this definitely has some of these tones in it. I feel like these two together might not work so well. I feel like this is a little bit cooler than this, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think this would go well, but I really think these two are kind of like in the same family. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, and I think like I could do something like this. Is that too like offensive? I don't know. But like I think this and this could work. Ooh, that's pretty. So yeah. Okay, I don't know. Okay. That's most of the knee yarn. But then there's this. You guys, William used to tell me that like something his mom does. Okay, well, if you're a knitter, you might know that like getting yarn is like can be its own hobby. And I'm approaching that point. But yeah, William has told me like stories, I guess, before where it's like his mom orders something online and then it comes in and she's like, what did I get this for? And I also like really buy yarn for specific projects. I don't really buy things just because they're pretty, except for sock yarn, because I know that could always be a sock. I think that's a trap. But anyways, that aside, yeah, I didn't think that would happen to me, but I have no idea what's in this bag. And a couple days ago, I went to see what was in this bag because I knew I was coming home to it. And I literally have no idea what project I intended for the yarn that is in here. So, and I know last episode I was like, oh, I'm shopping my stash so I don't acquire more, but like, I have acquired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skeins of yarn plus these mini skeins. So like, we could probably call that like at least 9 skeins of yarn. And then this. So, yeah. Okay, water break. And that's the other thing too, is like, I was hoping to go into the Philly yarn stores and maybe come out with okay, what was I saying? My mom started talking to me and I totally forgot what I was saying. Whatever. Let's unbox this bad boy. This I got, William's parents got me a graduation gift, which was a gift card to yarn.com, which I've been like patiently waiting to use. And like, I don't know, I guess I bit the bullet because I finished the cardigan, so I was like, it's time. What the heck? What the heck? Now I'm really confused. Now I am really confused. Oh, I think I know what I got this for. I think I know what I got this for. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's great. I know what I got this for. I think I know what I got this for. Okay, well, the point is I ordered enough yarn that I ended up saving. I ended up getting one of the yarns for free, basically. So I basically got 1.5 of these for free, which is nice. That's the power of the webs discount. But I will show you what I got. So first I got this, which, oh, I remember what I was saying. I was saying that in the Philly yarn shops, I was hoping I'd just walk out with like a notion, like a stitch marker or something, but they did not have good notions, in my opinion. Like any special commemorative notion. Like they had notions, but I don't know. I wanted a nice indie stitch marker to walk away with, but instead I walked away with $30 yarn balls. How would they package this so tightly? It's like not that big of a... They could have just packaged it like this instead of this. But go off. This is just a measuring tape from Sweet Georgia. If I had bought Sweet Georgia yarn, I think I could have gotten this for free, but I think it was like $3. So, oh. Oh, this one does not even work that well. Uh-oh. It's a retractable measuring tape, which is like indispensable. Like my last one broke. I've been using my like art measuring tape, but it's like a hard one, like a yellow construction one. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. I'm using this, which is useful because it is kind of straight and it is also retractable, but it's not like a fabric one, you know? It has bend to it, which makes it a little annoying sometimes, but we love our measuring tapes. Okay, so that's that and the yarn. You're here for the yarn. So originally I made this order because Malabrigo came up with Malabrigo ultimate sock, which has nylon in it. Their sock yarn doesn't, which I think is fine. But I was just curious in the colorways. Ugh, this is getting really blown out on camera, but this is like a purple. It's like a pinkish purple. It kind of looks gray on camera, but it's purple. Okay. I like it. I like it. What can I say except I like it? This is, again, fingering weight. The color is Peggy. And, yeah, it's almost like oystery. I like it. I like it. So, let's see. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. This is nice. Okay, anyways. This is the next thing I got, which is not a yarn I've ever gotten before. It's their Arroyo yarn, which is a DK superwash, 100% merino superwash. And this color is called Va. And it's really pretty. It's like deep, deep forest green with like some yellows. It's really nice. I really like it. It's a DK weight yarn, as I said, which I've never worked with from Malabrigo, but it looks really nice. And then lastly, I got 5 of these. And this is also Arroyo, but the color is Aguas. So I think I was gonna do some sort of cardigan where this was the main color and then this was like a contrasting color, but really only on like the neckline and button band or something like that. But yeah, I don't know if these quite fit together as well as I hoped. Like honestly, I think this is very similar to these. I think it might be better if I like hold this double, because this is fingering, and do it like that. I don't know, we'll have to see. But oh my god, so much yarn this episode. I feel completely rich. I feel like a bougie person. Jeez. So yeah, that's all I have for you. But I do have news. Oh wait. I have buttons. So these are the buttons I got at that craft store. And they were like half off or on sale. So I don't know. I thought it was nice. All this I got for $1.50. And yeah, I knew I was going to be making cardigans, and I just thought they would be good to have on hand. And then I have more of these buttons, which I used for the pink cardigan, which is really nice. And then I guess I have one of this. I don't know where that came from. And then 4 of these, which are nice too. So yeah, that's my buttonhole. Nothing too exciting, but good to have nevertheless. And then, yeah, the exciting news I have to share with you is I applied and got accepted into a test knit. It's for Emily of emmes.knits on Instagram, and it's the winona polo or winona polo, something like that. And it's a fingering weight, like collared sweater polo design look. And she knit hers up with some stripes, and I don't know if I should do that or not. I applied, I just opened my stash yarn box. I saw this, which look almost like it looks like it's the same weight as this, but it's a fingering weight. Supposedly. Maybe it's not. I know, I'm crazy. Actually, it doesn't say fingering weight anywhere. It kind of looks like the same gauge as this one. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, anyways, I picked that like pattern to test knit because it's not superwash yarn, it's fingering weight yarn, and I was like, I have so much fingering weight yarn, I bet I wouldn't even have to spend money on the yarn. But I might have to spend money on the yarn because I don't know if I have something in stash that I want to knit with for it. So, ooh, wait a minute. I have more of these than I thought. This could be pretty, but expensive. What do you think? Maybe this is the cardigan. But like, this is striping. I kind of wanted to keep it for socks. I don't know. I'm just struggling because I just don't have the yardage, I don't think. 1,000, yeah, it's just still not enough. And then it's like, is this crazy? Yes. So I'm at a loss. I'm really and truly at a loss. What yarn am I going to use? I'm excited to test knit, but I'm stressed. So that's something I have to think on, and hopefully by the next podcast I'll have that resolved. It's not due until November, so I have plenty of time. I just have to figure it out. But yeah, it is causing me quite a bit of drama lately. I thought I would share. I'm very excited to be in the test knit. Everyone seems really nice, and people look like they're gonna turn out some great stuff. So yes, I am excited. I just feel a little overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm thinking I will just have to order yarn for it because it's just like I'm just not happy with what I have together. So that's a little bit of a bummer because I've been spending a bit too much money on yarn lately, but I think it will end up looking really pretty. So yeah, and I'm like imagining myself like wearing it, like what colors look good on me, even like, oh, maybe we do a purple one. I just made something purple. Like, I just don't know. Well, thanks so much for sticking around and listening to me moan and groan about this, even though it's actually very exciting and I'm quite stoked to be accepted. This would be my first test knit, and yeah, I am excited about it. I'm just like, it's hard to. I'm also so sleepy right now, you guys. I'm also so sleepy. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining me. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe to hear how the rest of this knitting journey goes. And I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at @taoyum_. Alright, bye.